Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Dream Team. In the last episode, we took on, we started our extra videos by taking on Giant Bowser X, so that's out of the way. All we have left in the Giant Battle category is the medley, which is going to take me some time to practice, as I've mentioned before. But as I mentioned last time, I cannot do Palladium X because I'm a baddie. But I can do Antasma X because I'm not that much of a baddie. So in this episode, I'm going to show off Antasma X. It goes a little bit differently than the Antasma fight just because he's more likely to show off some of the attacks that he didn't really show off because he doesn't really have a chance to show off those attacks in a normal battle. But he will here because reasons. So get hype! It's time for the Antasma X fight. And we'll hopefully do that well. And 14 turns? It's actually not that bad. Hammer, as always, our Luigi hammer does a ton of damage, and it really will save the world. The trick is to make sure we do not take any damage, because A, falling asleep is really bad. B, he hurts. So there's going to be a few keys to this fight that'll really help negate that, but the key is to have a good start. So I'm really have to focus here, make sure this first attack does not go poorly, because obviously taking damage from him and falling asleep right at the bat, not a good start. But, okay, we just have to, this one's not too bad usually, but let me focus here. He's over there. Yeah, that's a good start. That's a real good start. So, first of all, we want to reconfigure our badges. There is merit to the virus badge. That being said, what I'm going to do, I have a little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to play it safe. I'm actually going to be going for this one because it only takes 2 turns to charge up thanks to us being able to get 2 attacks in per turn. It only takes us 2 overall turns to charge up. Actually, 1.5 technically. So we can actually get this going really fast, and this will help ensure that I survive. So the guard badge is actually a nice quick thing to charge up. It does not take very long. Otherwise, we get straight to our Luigi hammer. Attacking the little things over there, little munchkin things over there, really not relevant. In fact, you almost don't want to because you want more. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not screw that up so early here. I know it's been a while, but let's not get off to such a bad start here. Luigi hammer, still not a very hard skill to do. Just nail him, bonk him on the head, and 250 damage right off the bat right there is pretty darn good. That's pretty much about 500 damage a turn. That is more than enough to beat him in time anyway. Of course, having the defense down just kind of speeds up the process in general. But I'm not really in that much of a hurry to get defense down. It's not really as key as getting a shield, in my opinion, because you just want to make sure you don't. Because that specific attack we just saw, that thing hurts a lot. So you really do not want to get hit by that. As you can see, we've already charged it 2/3 of the way. Next hammer will get that charged up, and then we'll be good to go. Of course, now we're going to have to probably endure the bat gauntlet, so I'm going to have to focus on that. Unless he does the hammer attack again, that'd be nice. Nope, we're going with bats. He usually alternates them, so this one I really don't want to get hit because I will be going into the dream world if I do. So really going to try to focus on avoiding all the bats. Oh, no, I jumped way too early there. No! That's okay, we'll just show off how Nightmare Land is in hard mode. That was intended. I wanted to show off how horrible it is to take a hit here. I'm not actually sure if it might take up a turn as well to do this, so you don't want that to happen too often because, oh, wow! That's really lucky. That's really, really lucky. That is exceedingly lucky. However, this will be a good chance to show off whether it takes up a turn or not. Which, hey, if that's the case, intended! It does, because I had 14 turns left, now I have 12. It does actually take up a turn whenever you go to sleep. So you want to avoid that as much as possible, because if you sleep, that's not good. That takes up a whole turn, and that will really crunch your... I mean, I'm still well within the time limit here, but, really not a good idea to get hit by that too often. So I clearly got hit by that bat on purpose to show off that happens. Clearly was intentional. 100%. Anyway, this should give us a shield, which will be nice to have. I'm going to go ahead and activate that right away just to give me a little bit of leeway here. And then I can use this opportunity while I have these 3 hits on to give myself the good old defense down, because we always know that the defense down is super nice to have. So, it should only take 3 hammer hits to do that as well, so you should be able to get this next turn. However, next turn might be where he starts the crazy stuff. So, might take a bit longer, because he might do the thing that we didn't get to see, really, in the normal fight really soon. We shall see. Because he's taking a pretty good beating right now. He's already taking about 1,000 damage, so... Yep, okay. Usually, this is where he takes Luigi. We gotta make sure we keep track of which ball he's in. I think it's... God, kind of... Really hope I didn't lose track of the ball, because losing track of the ball is pretty devastating here. It's really bad to lose track of the ball, so... I think it's this one. I hope I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, we might be in trouble. It does take more than one hit to... More than one turn to actually break the ball at this point, though, so unfortunately, we have to still keep track of it, and hope that... You just have to hope that he doesn't eat Luigi, because you don't have enough time to break it. Luckily, okay, he only went for that. We're just going for this again, that's okay. I now have a shield, so it's not that big a deal anymore. Oh. Okay, I did it, good. I actually lost track of which one that was there, so I'm lucky that was... Oh, no, oh, you're doing 2 turns? That's just not even fair. That's just cheating, man. Can't do that. Ah! I jump. Well, luckily the shield actually does prevent the nightmare sometimes. Or maybe it might prevent it always. I think it does prevent it always, so having the shield is good for that reason, too, because it'll prevent the nightmare. Clearly, once again, I intend to do that. Okay, I think it's this one back here. I really hope it is, because if it's not, I've wasted a turn. Good, I was right. That's Luigi. Now, the question is he going to do the other thing that he can do? I mean, we get a turn first, but there is still one... He actually never got to show off the thing that he usually does. Huh. That's actually, Usually by then he shows off a different thing, but we'll still have another chance to probably see it, hopefully, maybe. Actually, I don't want to hope to see it, because it actually really stalls out a lot of turns to do that, but, regardless, we're gonna go for the hammer here. Just because right now there's really nothing else to go for right now. There will be a time to go for a different skill. There will be actually a time to use Typhoon in this fight, if he does that other attack. Until he does that, though, hammer is the way to go. Having our defense down really soon is actually going to be a nice benefit, too, because that'll really help if he ever does that other attack. I might actually hold on to the defense down a little bit longer than usual, just to see if he does that. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do the cool thing, or are we just going to go back to normal attacks? Nope, here we go! He goes onto the ceiling. We never saw this in the original fight, and all the Munchies will actually turn into enemies. Now, you have to kill all the Munchies before... He's basically immune as well, as long as the Munchies are alive. You have to kill every single Munchie in order to get him to come back down. Every turn he will heal now as well, so we have to kill them really fast. So, he still is technically on the field, so I think the defense down still will affect him. I'm actually going to load up another defense down, because Typhoon actually charges the badges faster than normal, so I should actually be able to get a whole other defense down, and then I can charge up another shield. But using the defense now will help ensure that I can kill these guys as quickly as possible with our Luigi and our Typhoon. I might actually be able to kill him before. I'm actually going to try to kill him before he gets off the heal, because that would be a nice perk, obviously. So if I can actually pull that off, that'd be nice. But if that doesn't happen, basically he heals about 200 HP per turn. And the Munchies will actually attack you, so I actually probably should show them off at some point, but I actually killed most of the Munchies right there with just a single Typhoon, which is amazing. In fact, I actually really don't need to use it. I can just go right for the, Ooh, is the hammer gonna hit him far enough to work, though? Is there something else I can do that would help? You know what? I can just use ball. I want to make sure they can kill it. Just to show off that with the defense down, you can actually kill the Munchies in one hit. If the Munchies ever show up again, I will try to show off. Otherwise, maybe I'll even record this a second time just to show off the Munchie attack, because you guys have not had a chance to see that. They do have their own attack. He does heal. It is a thing, so I'm going to try to one-shot this, though, just for the sake of, you know, ensuring that this run goes smoothly, because as you can see, the ball will finish off any stragglers after Typhoon, and then, we got ourselves another defense down. I'm not sure if he still has the defense down now, because it did hit him, but I don't know if it counts. He obviously will summon more Munchies, because he always has Munchies. The nice thing is he didn't actually have that many Munchies active at that time, so there was a lot less of those guys than usual, so that also helps with the Typhoon thing. Is it time for this attack? Okay. We've seen this one as well. This is actually, if you can get a good number of counterattacks off on this, you can actually do quite a lot of damage to him, which is really nice to killing him at a pretty good turn limit, too. Unfortunately, I got juked out by his move there, which is fine. We can drag this fight out. I'm still, because I skipped this heal on top of everything else, I'm still very far, and yeah, he still has the defense down, so I can hold on to that defense down, and we can go for another shield here, just for safety, because I think I have only one hit left on the shield. Obviously, that won't last me very long, so another shield, but we'll get another shield next turn, basically, so... All things considered, we're probably good to go, and we can start getting some defense down hammers on him, which is really going to rack up the damage. So it's unfortunate that I couldn't do his attack there. We've seen how the whole thing works, though, in my normal run on this guy. It's really nice to have this for the run, obviously, because you can save so much damage. You can just deal so much extra damage from the counterattacks there, but now we're dealing 700 damage a turn. He's not going to last that long. In fact, I'm not even sure how... He might not even get to another one of his hanging down from the ceiling phases, so I might actually have to reload this fight just to show that attack off, because I actually managed to skip through it, because Defense Down Typhoon is really good against the Antasma Munchies. So that is definitely the key to doing that fight expediently, for sure. But, there we go. And bonk! That's not going to be enough to kill him, I think, but it should be getting pretty close now. Especially because, like I said, he didn't get the heal off. Okay, probably another turn or two, I'm thinking. Should not be much longer from here. So as long as I just keep up the pressure here on him and get this other shield going, because an extra shield right now would be nice. What are you going to go for? Okay, the bats were a concern, but as long as I only get hit by one bat, I should be fine because I still have one shield hit, so as long as I focus on the bats, maybe I can just go not get hit at all. The key is just to not trick yourself into jumping early on any of the... Well, it's okay. I was going to replenish my shield anyway right now, so frankly... Okay, now I could actually get hit here, though, so now I have to be careful. This is going to hurt if this... Okay. I'm doing good. I'm actually doing really good at hitting those back, but on the Battle Ring mode, that does roughly 200-something damage, and probably puts you to sleep, too. So, really, you don't want that to happen, really. Anyway, you can actually go for the Virus Badge here, because we should have another Virus Badge charged up next turn anyway, and we just keep going for hammers, really, because I get 2 turns. Having 2 turns is so nice for charging up these really easy badges. In fact, I might actually end up going with this... shield badge strategy even more often when we get to the medley fights, the marathon fights, because having these shields just helps so much, especially because then you don't have to put on a shield on your other core. Just using the badges for your shield alone might actually, you can really kind of stagger the defense down badges and the shield. Don't forget, when I hit rainbow rank, your ability to gain badge points increases even more, so it's going to go even faster once I hit level 40, which I'm going to probably be grinding in between this episode and the next one, so it's going to get even better in the future, which is really nice. So these 2 badges I find to be a really good key here. Unfortunately, there was merit to keeping the defense down, but since actually having the defense down the Munchies right now could be nice too. He might steal Luigi next turn. That is a thing that could happen. If I don't finish him off right here, that is also a very... Wait, I need to actually pop the shield. Don't forget to pop the shield. Actually, no, I'm going to have a defense down next turn anyway, unless he does steal Luigi, which is... Like I said, a very realistic possibility if this doesn't kill him. I don't think this is going to kill him, but he's going to be really close to being killed here. If he does steal Luigi and he goes on the ceiling again, because he usually steals Luigi right before he goes on the ceiling, I might actually use that as a chance to show off what the Antasma Munchies do, though. Yep, as I suspected, he does steal Luigi. Okay, it's right there. That's not too bad. It's really hard when it goes behind him to keep track of which one. Oh, that one might be really close to him. That might be... Hopefully he's not going to get eaten. However, I do have the defense down now. That might actually make it so that's enough to break this in one go. I think actually I am going to break this in one go, which will be really nice if I guess right on this one being Luigi. Because otherwise, you know, he gets the super boost. Yeah, there we go. So if you have the defense down, you can also break this in one turn. So another reason why the defense down is really helpful. Is it ceiling time? Is it time to go on the ceiling? Yeah, it's time to go on the ceiling. All right. So I guess I might let a Munchie live this time just to show off. Yeah, we have the turns. We'll be okay. So I am going to Typhoon these anyway because I don't want all of them to live. Well, it would be nice if all of them lived because then I could really show off the... See, it's a lot harder when you have... When it takes an extra turn to bring Luigi out. I was lucky that he didn't go for the going on the ceiling thing right away, because that meant that I had an extra turn to break out Luigi. That might actually not be enough to break everything. Nope. Okay. I'm actually I could go for another Typhoon. It would pretty much guarantee breaking it. I'm going to go for a ball. I'm not going to be able to hit all of them, but it will actually let me show off what happens when you don't break all of them. Because I have 5 turns still. I'm feeling pretty confident that he can get an extra 200 HP back, and I can still beat him in time. He's pretty close to death right now. Let's be honest here. He's probably on his deathbed right now. It probably would have taken another turn to kill him anyway. So, basically, don't do this at home if you're trying to speedrun this, but just for the sake of demonstration, in the middle of an X fight, I'm going to kill a bunch of these, but I'm going to leave, like, 3 or 4 alive here. Or just 2. Just 2 works, too. Because now I can show off what the Antasma Munchies do. They basically will act like the, Actually, I guess I'm not going to show off them perfectly. Yeah, so you can see 200 HP back. Basically, they act like the things. The Mecha Koopas. There we go. Where they kind of rush at you and just hammer them back. But it gets more difficult if there's a lot of them alive. I actually should have kept a lot more of them alive. Because if a bunch of them are alive, and you've already freed with Luigi, he will actually turn the screen upside down at one point. Maybe I'll take a second to show that off at some point during the, I'll redo this fight just to show that off, because it's actually pretty cool. Regardless, ball is a good call here. I could go for another shield, because I do think I have 2 hits on my shield. You know what, honestly, I'm feeling fairly confident with defense down. He's going to die next turn anyway, so we'll go for an extra defense down just in case I need to put it back on him. Although, I already have one in my inventory. I really should go for a shield here, but whatever. The fight's almost over. It's irrelevant. I'm going to pretty much destroy him next turn, and all will be well. So as you can see, the Munchies, by the way, the Munchies are spiky. I'll show that off, too, when I show this off again. The Munchies are spiky when you, The Munchies are spiky when they're actually the enemies, so you can't jump on them anymore. So I'll show that off. You have to rely on your hammer if Luigi's still trapped in them, basically. Which is funny, because when they're not Munchies, when the Munchies are in the just balls, you can't hit them with the hammer. So they switch their affinity, basically. Before, they are crit to jump and immune to hammer. After, they're crit to hammer and immune to jump. So, something to keep in mind. I'm on hammer, right? Yep. Okay, this might actually just plain old kill him. If not, I'll kill him next turn, probably. Assuming nothing horrible happens. But I have 2 shield hits on, so I should be okay, regardless. So, let's go for the kill. This could kill. This really could kill. He's really close to death. And that was with me screwing around a bit, because as you saw there, another Typhoon would have killed all the Munchies, and that would have been nice. Having defense down the Munchies is super helpful, as you can see. Not having defense down makes it a little tricky to kill them all in one turn, though. Yeah, have your Munchies back. I'm going to kill you next turn anyway, you fool. You don't scare me. You don't scare me! You're a lot of balls here, though. What are you doing now? You're going to do your... Okay, you're just doing this. That's fine. I have a shield. You can't even hurt me even if I screw up. Not that I screwed up. I am good to go. 43 damage there. Is that enough to kill him? No. This probably will if I can get this well, though. Here we go. We gotta get the skill, and we gotta get the sass in here. I completely messed that up. No sass today. I was really late on the timing there. Whatever. I've shown that off before. I'm just playing badly right now. That's okay. Let's just charge up another shield just in case I need it, because it's possible I'm going to need it. I still have 1 hit left for whatever his next turn is. If he even gets a next turn. I don't think he's going to get a next turn. I'm fairly sure this is going to kill him, but if I had gotten those counterattacks off there, he would definitely be dead. The fact that I messed that up kind of hurts a little bit, but meh. As you can see, you have so much leeway already, even though I'm underleveled. It's not actually terribly hard to fight, as long as you have a shield up, because shields at this point start to become very important. Yeah, he's dead. I win. I did it. All is well with the world. There we go. That's Antasma X right there. I will show off the Antasma Munchies a little bit more after I end the episode, because it is kind of, there's some cool things with that, so I will show that off a little bit more than I did here. But, I wanted to guarantee getting the win. There we go. Our first gold trophy in this category. Palladium X is another gold trophy, I think. Or actually, Palladium X might be another silver, because we still have the battle medley to do here, which is going to be interesting. But the battle medley is actually not nearly as hard as the giant battle medley, because your badges carry over, and that can allow for some really interesting strategies, as I will show off at some point. You can really break the battle medley and make it super easy. I might try to do it the hard. I'm probably gonna try to do it the hard way though first, because I don't like to cheese things super much. But Palladium X, We'll get to that after I grade level 40, because I really need some of the level 40 perks, including the shop that we'll have access to, and the perks that you get from leveling up. That will really help with this fight, so that's the game plan there. Otherwise, yeah. We have the giant medley here, and we have Palladium X, and we have the medley, and then we're done. So, pretty cool. In the next episode, I'm going to have streamed already, and I'm going to have grinded stuff. I might do Palladium X next episode, then do the giant battle medley whenever that I actually get around to getting a recording successfully of that, which could take a while, and we'll go from there. But, basically, keep an eye out on the channel for a stream if you're watching this in the present. If you're watching the future, sorry, you probably already missed it. Hopefully I have highlights or something, maybe. I don't know. But regardless, I'll see you next episode for hitting level 40, getting new equipment, and fighting Palladium X. See you all then. Bye-bye. Okay, there we go. He's going up on the roof with a whole bunch of these guys left over. So this is prime time for showing off the craziness. So, oh no! As you can see, if you jump on it, it does, in fact, I probably should have gotten a shield first. This is actually going to really suck. He does actually hurt you if you, you can't jump on them. That's what I'm trying to say. That's okay. I want this to go poorly anyway. We're going to show off the whole shebang-a-bang if he's a Munchy attacks. So, once again, he does recover about 200 HP every time you screw this up. But there we go. Now we have a whole bunch of them here. And we should get the extra perk because there's so many. Here we go. Turns it upside down, which makes it even more confusing to do. I still managed to do this pretty well, though, all things considered. He turns right side back up eventually, and then you knock them off. So that's actually how the full attack goes when he has a whole bunch of munchies. He actually turns the screen upside down like that. Unless, apparently, it never happens if Luigi's still trapped in a munchie. He can turn these into enemies while Luigi's still in there. Don't recommend that happening, because that just makes things even more difficult. But there we go. That's the full extent of that attack that I didn't really get to show off, and that's Antasma X for you. So, yeah, once again, LuckySevenDX, signing out. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.